It's strange how a single sentence can plant itself in your mind like a seed, and no matter how much you try to ignore it, it grows roots in every thought you have. For me it was, "Thanks again for last night. I really needed that. You're the best." It came from a woman's voice I didn't recognize, left on my fiancé Mark's phone. The only reason I heard it at all was because Mark had left his phone charging on the kitchen counter while he took a shower. A notification popped up. New voicemail from Jamie, work. And before I could stop myself, I swiped to listen. I stood there, frozen, as the words replayed in my head. It wasn't explicit. There was no "I love you," or anything obviously damning. But it was intimate. Too intimate for a work colleague, wasn't it? When Mark came out of the bathroom, his hair damp and smelling of cedar soap, I was already washing dishes I didn't need to wash. "You okay?" he asked, glancing at me over the rim of his coffee mug. "Yeah," I said, keeping my voice light. But over the next week, I noticed things, little things that felt bigger because of that voicemail. He stayed later at work. He'd glance at his phone before answering my questions. He seemed distracted during dinner, like his mind was somewhere else entirely. I didn't ask. I didn't want to hear a lie. The next Friday, Mark invited me to his office holiday planning meeting. I rarely went to his work events, but something in me wanted to see him in his element. Maybe even catch a glimpse of this Jamie. The meeting was in a downtown high-rise with glass walls and a view of the city that could make anyone feel small. Mark introduced me to a few of his co-workers before getting pulled into a side conversation. That's when Alex appeared. "Emily, right?" he said, offering his hand. "We met once at last year's gala." He was tall, with dark hair, a relaxed smile, and an easy way of speaking that made the room feel less intimidating. When Mark drifted away, Alex stayed and talked to me. About photography, my passion, about the best coffee shops in the city, even about the terrible parking situation downtown. It wasn't flirty, but it was nice. Over the next month, I saw Alex more often. At group dinners, company volunteer days, even at the coffee shop near my apartment. He always noticed me. He remembered things I said. He laughed at my sarcastic comments when other people missed the joke. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, but I also didn't stop myself from enjoying it. Because the truth was, I was starving for attention from Mark. One Friday night, Mark called to say he'd be working late, again. His voice was tired, but I couldn't tell if it was from work or from talking to me. Instead of staying home, I joined a few people from his office at a small jazz bar downtown. Alex was there. At some point, the others left, and it was just the two of us, talking over the music. "You seem different lately," Alex said. I shrugged. "I think Mark's seeing someone else." His expression was unreadable for a moment. "I don't think that's true." "How would you know?" "Because I work with him every day," he said. "And if you could see the way he talks about you." He stopped, shaking his head. "You'd understand." The next morning, Mark asked if we could talk. "I know you've been distant," he said. "And I think I know why. You heard that voicemail from Jamie, didn't you?" I didn't answer, but my silence gave me away. "Jamie's my coworker," he said. "She just went through a breakup. That night she called? I'd helped her move some furniture into her new apartment. That's all." I wanted to believe him. Part of me already did. "Why didn't you just tell me?" I asked. "I didn't think it mattered," he admitted. But clearly it did. Later that week, I met Alex for coffee. "You were right," I told him. "About Mark." I jumped to conclusions. Alex smiled faintly. "Happens to all of us. Just don't push away someone who loves you because you're afraid they might hurt you." It was the first time I realized Alex had feelings for me that went beyond friendship. And it was the moment I knew I couldn't return them. Mark and I spent the next few weeks rebuilding trust. We made a rule: no assumptions, no half-truths. I told him how small that voicemail had made me feel. He told me how my distance had left him feeling alone too. It wasn't perfect, but it was honest. I still see Alex at company events. We're friendly, but we keep a distance we didn't before. Because sometimes the closeness you find in the wrong place isn't meant to be kept. It's meant to teach you where your heart truly belongs.